Hello everyone, I'm Andrew, and today I wanted to tell you about some of my all-time favorite graphic novels and comics. One or two people expressed some interest in hearing about some of these, so I have several to share with you today. I have some middle grade, young adult, nonfiction, and some comic books to tell you about. First is Deafo by Cece Bell. This is a semi-autobiographical middle grade graphic novel about Cece, who, as a child, went deaf, lost most of her hearing, and had to start wearing hearing aids with a big battery pack back in the 70s when the technology was much clunkier. So this is a really, really cute graphic novel. The art is super cute, everyone is a rabbit in this world, and it's about her experience in school and in her life with her friends. It goes from when she's about 4 years old all the way up through 5th grade, I believe. Cece imagines that she is a superhero called Deafo, who, with her hearing aids, can do and hear things that other people can't. This book made me smile and laugh a lot. It's really interesting to hear about the intricacies of what hearing loss is like, especially when you're a kid. This book makes you really feel for Cece. You cheer for her successes, and you feel bad for her when things happen or go wrong with her friends or in her life. Honestly, this is the book that got me into graphic novels. I read it a few years ago, and after I finished it, I had to go out and look for more because it was just so great. Next is a book that I've talked about before on this channel, and that is The Witch Boy by Knox Ostertag. This came out a year or two ago, and it is about Aster. Aster grows up in a magical family, but in his family, boys are always shapeshifters and girls are always witches. Aster, although he's a boy, has never been able to shapeshift and feels drawn to witch magic. This causes a bit of a stir in his family, and things become even crazier when one of his cousins goes missing. Aster, although witch magic is not approved by his family, feels that he can use witchery to save the day. This is a really good book about acceptance. Also, Knox Ostertag is an artist that I've loved for a while, and I was really excited to see that she had her own series of graphic novels coming out. And this is one that I really recommend to people of all ages. Whether you want magical adventure or you want to explore something a little bit deeper, I think that this graphic novel really offers that. And this is a book that I will be recommending until the cows come home. So those were my middle grade graphic novel recommendations. Now let's talk about some of the young adult ones. The first one that I have to recommend is In Real Life by Cory, Doctorow, and Wang. This is a graphic novel that came out a few years ago about Anda. She is really, really into the MMORPG Course Gold Online. She plays it a lot, much to her parents' chagrin, but she finds connection and friendship there that she doesn't necessarily always find in her real life. And then she meets a player who she thinks is doing something wrong. She meets Raymond, who is Chinese and is working for a company that employs gold farmers. They go in, they farm stuff from the game, really good items and stuff, and then they sell it to richer people who can afford to just pay them real money for these items. At first she's pretty perturbed by this, but she and Raymond start to grow closer. And it's a really good exploration, not just of what online community can do for people, but of different cultures, different lives, and how morality isn't always really black and white. Just breaking the rules doesn't mean you're doing something wrong, necessarily. Anda learns a lot, and they become pretty good friends, and it's a really interesting story of what comes of their friendship. Next, I have two graphic novels that I have both read pretty recently, the first of which is Heartstopper by Oseman. This is a really cute gay romance story. It's about Charlie and Nick, who are in school in the UK. They meet each other, and things start to develop between them. Charlie is already out, and Nick starts questioning things after he meets Charlie. This is actually a webcomic. You can read way more than just this first book online, which I still have yet to get to, actually. But this first volume was so super cute, and I highly recommend it if you want something fluffy about teenagers falling in love. Next is a story that I only finished like 2 days ago, but it is already on my favorites list, and that is Bloom by Kevin Panetta and Savanna Ganucheau. This is another cute gay romance, and I have to say, I'm sorry Heartstopper, but Mama has a new favorite. Anyway, Bloom is about Ari, who is 18, he just graduated from high school, and he's working at his parents' bakery. Ari hates baking, he cannot wait to get out of the city, move out with his friends who are all in a band together, and start their music career. So Ari starts looking for his replacement at the bakery, which is when he meets Hector. Hector loves baking and is excited for this job. Hector and Ari, of course, start to grow closer. They both have some issues to work on, and it is really cute. I did think the ending was a little bit too sudden, but the rest of this book I really love, and these characters are very well fleshed out, I think, more so than a lot of the other books I've recommended. And if you want to read about real people dealing with real problems, but also falling in love, I really recommend Bloom. Up next is my only non-fiction recommendation on this list, and that is Trinity, A Graphic History of the First Atomic Bomb by Jonathan Fetter-Vorm. I actually had to read this for a physics class in my freshman or sophomore year, and I really liked it. This is about the development of the first atomic bomb, but it's not just cut and dry facts. It shows the questions of morality that arise from the creation of this horrible weapon. It has a really good balance of exploring the science, the history, and the moral implications of the atom bomb. There are actually some very graphic scenes of the aftermath and the actual explosion in this book. It's not for anyone who is squeamish, but it really hit me hard, and I really appreciate that. It's a really good look at why atomic bombs are such horrific weapons. I really recommend this for anyone who just wants a short read about the topic, but is able to handle some harsh realities. Lastly, I'm going to be talking about 2 comic book series, and even though you can see all of these Marvel books behind me, I'm not going to be talking about any Marvel series because those are already popular enough. What I am going to talk about, though, is one that started as a webcomic. It is Sharp Zero by Robotsharks. Obviously, that's a nom de plume. I don't know what their real name is, but this is a really super fun superhero story, and it is very queer. There is only one character, I think, one character in this whole comic series who is not queer. There are people who are lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, gender fluid, agender, asexual, and it's really racially diverse as well. This is just a really cute, fun story that also deals with death just a little bit, but mostly superpowers and a little bit of romance. It is really cute and really hilarious. This is one of the funniest comics I have ever read in my life. And you can read it online for free. I'm going to put the link down in the description. I highly recommend that you go check it out. It's side-splittingly funny and super queer, super fun. It has everything that I want in a comic, and this is probably one of my favorites of all time. Lastly, I have the comic series The Backstagers by James Tynion IV, Rian Sygh, and Walter Baiamonte. Backstagers is about Jory, who joins a new school and gets sucked into the world of the tech crew. The tech crew is not like your normal, average, everyday tech crew, though. There is literal magic backstage. Monsters, weird hallways that change, and things that they have to deal with that nobody else in the school knows about. Only the Backstagers can deal with it. This is also very queer. There are several gay and trans characters, and it's just so fun and cutesy, plus it's magical and gay. So, obviously, your boy's gonna love it. This comic book is really fun, and I highly recommend it. Okay, those are all my graphic novel and comic recommendations, you guys. Let me know what you think of any of these books if you read them, and let me know what your favorite graphic novels are down in the comments, and I will see you guys in another video eventually. Bye!